Yo, 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 what's going on? Second time around, family. This is Kenny, better known as the husband again. For what? The second time around.
And this is Felicia, and of course, I'm the wife, second time around. But we all knew that was going to happen. It's not a surprise.
Whatever. So we just here to bring y'all our story that I know some people probably been waiting for. We've been waiting for it to get it off our chest and just get it all out there. But first, we want to welcome y'all into what? Our home. And give y'all our story.
I'm a little thirsty.
You thirsty? You want some drink?
Yes. Look, we are about to spill the tea. So before my mouth get dry, I need to have it ready.
Here we go, second time. First time around, I was pouring her a little sip. Now I got to pour her a big old glass. I guess I'll pour it the second time around. I mean, I'll pour it the second time around. No problem.
I mean, you gotta speed it up.
Listen. Look. Listen. You ain't lucky I'm pouring you some water. Just look at the
So while he's pouring the water, we are just basically coming here to tell you why Second Time Around was created and what our story is all about.
You know, sometimes people get it right the first time. Sometimes people don't. I feel like in most cases, people be so worried about getting prepared for the wedding and not being prepared for the marriage. So I guess that's some of the reasons why, for myself, that I can take accountability for it and say that was probably pretty much, mine. Regardless, even though we was together for a very long time.
But still. Our story, our lessons, and our growth together and as individuals inspire us to create Second Time Around. And we decided to show that sometimes Second Time Around can be more healthy, structured, and balanced when two people are able to come together and be on one accord and basically to build a stronger foundation. And that's what we are going to show you.
Exactly. But hold on. Before I even open my mouth, second time around, family, let me give y'all a disclaimer real quick. And the disclaimer goes something like this. No, she did not put me up to this. This was my idea. Okay? Not hers, not mine. But of course, we came together, of course.
It was his idea.
But it was my idea. It was my idea.
I was surprised he came up with the idea.
Why not? I'm Big Ken. Okay, I'm a little short, but I'm Big Ken. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be trying to give you all this little BS on this and that. I'll go right into it. Whose fault was it? Mine. It was my fault. It was my fault. I'm not going to sit up here and just try to sugarcoat it and make it seem like, Felicia was such a bad person. She has a little attitude every once in a while, but it's workable. But anyway,
I was going to say my attitude.
What?
Maybe my mouth.
Yeah, she has a mouth on her.
Yeah, maybe look. And the thing is, it's not disrespectful. It's not ignorant. It's just the tone. Just the tone. That's it.
Sometimes that tone, I got to double back and look at it.
I'm a little blunt. Things tend to just shoot out.
Yes, it shoots out. So that's
ego.
That's her. My ego basically took over this marriage, myself, and actually took over everything.
Yeah. I would say the ego. Okay. I would also say the ego was so high that Kenny got more into himself and he lost sight of
the marriage.
Yeah, I stopped. And our foundation and what we were building. And because of that, it slowly started to crumble.
It really did decline based off of me. Like I said, I stopped paying attention. I stopped, just
listening.
Listen. I took accountability, not her. She trying to just throw me all up under the bus. Yeah, I didn't listen. I was very dismissive. I will say that I was very dismissive because sometimes Felicia used to come to me. I'm not going to say she had big problems because sometimes her problems could be this small, but to her, they'd be big. To me, they'd be this small, but to her, that'd be that big. And I'm the type of person, I'm pretty well-rounded mentally when it comes down to dealing with people and things like that because I just don't care. Whatever. You ain't paying my bills. I just don't care. So some things that I'm very strong on that. So some things
I'm a little sensitive with certain things. I'm a little sensitive with certain things.
Felicia will come, I killed the ant. Whatever. Who cares? That's just a little example, but that's some of the things that I was just very dismissive when it comes down to her, instead of sitting back and really saying to myself, like, wow, maybe she really do need me at this particular time. Maybe I really should, take a step back and listen to her, because clearly if she's coming to me, it was important to her. But I was very dismissive, and that's the ego. I just was kind of like, whatever, and just like, all right, you'll get over it. It's not that big, because to me, for how I can handle stuff, it wasn't that big. But for her, it actually was that big. So being dismissive was a big thing. But I learned to like take my time, listen.
Before we get into what we learned, let's get into what went wrong the first time around, because not just being dismissive, I got forgotten about a little bit, just a little bit.
Yes,
so the
I
things
that
that meant a lot to me, outside of material things, because material things are nice to have, but
like date nights. Date nights mean something to her. They mean to me too, but I was kind of like, we was doing like, it called like our together night, date nights or whatever called. To me, I was kind of like, oh yeah.
He would take the easy way out and just not throw money at me, but
buy her something.
Buy me something. And I felt like that was too easy. Like, put a little
bit more effort into it. Yeah, I just kind of
put a little bit of effort, put a little bit of time into making me feel a little more special.
Especially me. I'm the type of person, like, when I want something, or I feel like I need my feelings heard, or my voice heard rather, and I got something going on with it myself, I come to Felicia. Felicia's always there. Like, she's that safe spot for me. She's there. I stop paying attention to her. Just a little small things, like, for instance, Felicia loves flowers on our dining room table. Something like that. I look at it like, listen, run them flowers out. And sometimes I would take my time in getting them, but I know that was something small that meant so much to her. I know plenty of probably like, wow, that's it. Yeah, that's the big thing. But Felicia's not, she's not high maintenance or anything. She likes the finer things in life. You like to be spoiled, and you like, gifts all the time, which I was kind of smothering her with. Hold on, y'all. I will say this too, though. I definitely was smothering her with gifts to kind of like push her away. I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of pushed her away. You know what I mean? So I never know what that was actually doing, but I kind of was like, what, you want whatever? Or I just go out and actually buy it, surprise her, just to get that 5, 10, 15 minute smile on her. Then to me, I feel like it's all good. And then I'm back to my ego and doing what I'm doing.
But it's honestly the little things that's for free that means the most to me.
Yeah.
That Kenny just kind of lost, not a little, 12 feet tall.
12 feet tall, a lot, yes.
Insight.
I definitely
he just kind of lost it. Just, and it just comes with being comfortable.
Yeah,
We've been together
listen, too long. It's kind of, listen, we ain't gonna be a third time around. It's second time around, and it's staying. But we've been together for a long time. And honestly, I definitely did get comfortable.
10 years.
Yes, I definitely did get comfortable with her. I stopped being appreciated. I wasn't very appreciative of the woman that I had actually in front of her. She's motivating. She definitely motivates me. Sometimes she knows me, so sometimes she knows when I'm not feeling my best. It can be in business. It can be in just a daily day, because we deal with so much in this world. It can just be a daily day. I definitely wasn't appreciated what I had in front of her. She compromised with me. She's patient, very patient. I mean, she's very patient, even though I wasn't. But she never lost sight of that. And that's the crazy thing. See, I was being so dismissive and not being respectful of her feelings and what she's actually going through. And here the whole time, she actually remained herself. That's the crazy thing. No matter what. I wasn't appreciating all that. Like, I had a good woman in front of me. I mean, listen, my biggest thing, y'all know me, I love drinking coffee. It's just a small thing. She'll put $2 or $3 out on the nightstand for me to get my coffee in the morning. I wasn't appreciated. To me, I felt like we was married. Give me that. It was expected, but instead of, my mindset was so, like I said, that ego, my mindset was kind of like, oh, you better put them $3 down there for me. Instead of looking at it from a different perspective, like, she knows what I like, she knows what I want, and she knows what makes me happy in the morning. My cup of coffee, and she always made sure I had that $3. I think I know
what makes you happy all around the board, not just morning time.
And then listen, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wasn't appreciated of the type of woman that I had in front of me. So like I said, it wasn't so much of all that back and forth. We don't have arguments.
Communication.
Okay. Oh, you got me on that one. Communication. Yeah. Listen, the way she communicate and the way I communicate was totally
So
different.
let me break down
I'm
how
talking
I
about.
yeah. So let me
break down. Let her go, and I'll let you know how I was dismissive of her communicating. Because like I said, it's all on me. Like I said, she was doing. Hold on, before you get into it, she was doing what she was supposed to be doing. Like I said, and I know some of women. At some point, y'all just
get tired.
Y'all get tired. Y'all can't take no more. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Frustrated.
Yeah, frustrated. Yeah.
Annoyed.
Look, she throwing them at me. Throw them at me again. Keep on throwing them. See, I'm taking it because
over
it definitely was my fault. I'm not, like I said, and I learned my lesson and whatever the case may be. So before you get into that communication, matter of fact, get into it right now.
So the way I communicate is when things happen, I'm the type of person, I like to nip things in the bud. Like, if something happened, I want to talk about it like right now. I don't want to go to bed mad. I don't want it to linger. Like, I want to handle this right here and get to the bottom of this right now. And it has to be some type of resolution. That's it. I'm just that type of communicator. And the thing about it is, if I feel a certain way about stuff, I'm gonna speak out on it. If I don't like things to be, if I'm not, happy, or if I'm just very expressive with my feelings all around the board, whether it's business, marriage, friendship, family, whatever. I'm very expressive with how I feel. And when problems arise, I'm just the type of person, we're going to talk about this until we come to a resolution where both of us is happy.
Yeah, that's how you communicate. Let me tell you how I was doing her. What? Communicate when? Right now? Yeah, okay. We'll communicate about this 2 and 3 days later. That was me. I was just so, like I said, I was dismissive of what. Yeah, I wasn't expressive enough. Yeah. I'm the type of person to let it die. I'm the type of person like, well, if I just let it go, everything will be okay. That's how I was. And if it wasn't okay, if I seen maybe a couple of days go by, then I try to come back. But after that, she's over it because she likes to nip it in the bud right then and there. Right then and now at that time. Sorry, then and there. Right then at that time. Me, I let it go. Whatever. She can be talking about.
Under the rug.
But hold on. I ain't sweeping under the rug. I sweep it under the concrete. Like I said, it's all on me. I was sweeping stuff under the concrete. And guess what? Sometimes the disagreement can be so small. But me being so dismissive and letting it go for a couple of days, it kind of make it so big now. Now we here. And if I just would have nipped it in the butt with her and sat down and try to communicate and talk about that, it would have been over. It just would have been like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we really was, we had a disagreement about that. But me, how Kenny was communicating 2-3 days later, sweeping it under the concrete, outside, throwing it in the trash, taking it to the waste management, whatever I did, and try to come back and go retrieve it 2-3 days later. Now it's here. And at some point, she didn't want to hear about it anyway. So at that point, she's kind of over it.
Your communication was just, it was just up and down, and it was like half resolved, not resolved. Just
it was crazy.
It was just not, it was very, very unbalanced. So pretty much a lot of things that went wrong, like the first time around, was communication.
But before you say that, it wasn't the whole marriage though. So it wasn't the whole time. The first time
wasn't
around.
Yeah,
it was just strictly, when
as we started growing, I would say as we started like really growing into ourselves, we started getting good jobs. We started, really, leveling up in life. We started acquiring assets. We started acquiring things together, separate. We're together, but we're also individuals. So we have wants, needs, desires. All that stuff needs a balance. And, just communicating about certain things is important. Having a little structure is important.
I was all structure. Look at me, y'all. Look, structure. It was my fault. Structure. What is structure? What is structure?
We had moments of my way or the highway type of time.
No compromising. The compromising was like,
get tired of going through situations and having to repeat yourself and stuff like that. You just get to a point like whatever. So because of that, like, you kind of do your own thing a little bit in a way of, you just focus on your growth, your business, and since Kenny's worried about himself,
we start growing separately,
how
together
to communicate, and he's forgetting about certain things. I'm sitting here
trying
you
to talk
know,
to me and
just
try
trying
to
to
get that
talk, just trying to express, trying to make this thing happen, make this thing work.
And I wasn't even trying to hear it. I wasn't trying to compromise or anything. Yeah.
So and I would say small things that others would consider to be not that big of a deal, like y'all can work it out. But for us, it turned out to be, it couldn't be worked out because you got 12 feet here, Avatar.
That's right.
And then I started turning into a little Avatar myself. So you got two big personalities coming together, and it just kept on crashing. And it's just crashing to the point where it's like, you know what? We need time.
Yeah, I kind of basically turned my back on my wife, if that's the best thing I can say. That's not the best thing I can say, but that's actually what kind of happened. And like
he kind of just started doing his own thing. Like he just became a little
big-headed. When I became big-headed, that's because I was moving. See, we are together and we are married, but we also have our own lives, our own individual lives. She has a lot of things going on within, with her businesses and things that she's going on. We have some assets together. And I also have a lot of assets by myself. And like I say, I'm not saying this to brag, and I'm not saying this to, I'm just being honest. My situation with my assets kind of was elevating so much that I just got lost into that. Also, I didn't think that was a thing because, like I said, I'm big on self-development, improving mindset and things like that. But my mindset, I actually lost my mindset in that world, financial world.
It's very easy to lose yourself in that type of world, especially if you never lived in that type of world before. Like if you never held that amount of money, if you never made that amount of money before, if you never, really seen it, you're not really around many people, and you get a hold of money, that can change a lot of things where you can get beside yourself a little bit. Very much beside yourself to the point where not that you're better than anybody, but it's
I was just feeling myself.
He was just feeling himself way too much, and it's like doing
Yeah, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't even around here doing, like I said, I wasn't doing the most though. I just was feeling
if he was doing the most, we would not be having second time.
Look, at the end of the day,
we would
I just was like, listen, I don't need no one. It was Kenny's world, and everything had to go Kenny's way or the highway, and that's where the compromising kind of like fell off, because at the end of the day, it wasn't just me in this marriage, it was also Felicia in this marriage. But I made the marriage so much about me, like, the compromising was just all out the window when it came to me. I was kind of like, whatever, I want something done. Not saying like I was like bossy. I didn't treat you no type of way. I wasn't disrespectful or anything like that. It's just like, what mattered to me is what mattered to me at that time. And what mattered to her didn't matter to me at that time. It mattered to me 2, 3, 4, 5 days later. And by that time now, you're feeling a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying?
And you carry that. So and that's an ongoing motion when, it happens time after time. You're not communicating. You're kind of getting forgotten about because it's Kenny's world. Feelings and emotions build up. So, like I said, what small things that people would consider to be small was really big to us. And that's really all to our story, if I had to be honest. Like, people probably do think it's something like crazy or whatever, but when it's easy to get caught up and lost in certain things. And like I said, we've been together for a long time. So you get comfortable with being together for a long time, and sometimes you just think that person would never leave or never move a certain way, and you wake up and a person's like, nah, I can't do this no more.
Yeah, because I seen it. It started getting a little rough around here. After a while, when Kenny's world, after a while, Felicia was like, damn Kenny's world. Felicia started feeling like, listen, now it's time for her to get 12 feet tall.
Yeah, I think I became 20 feet.
Yeah, she became 20 feet tall. And let me tell y'all, y'all women, when y'all become 20 feet, us men, well, I'm not going to say all men, but me, I like I said, I'm taking accountability. But when I became 12 feet tall, and I was just like I said, so stuck up in my butt and my own ego, guess what? Felicia got tired of that. She became 20 feet. tall. And I started to feel that too. I started walking around the house. The energy started feeling off. Look, start waking up in the morning. Look at me. Good morning. Her good morning started getting delayed. Not because she was being ignorant, disrespectful. She was tired. She was done.
Yeah, I would
Like
just say, like, we just been together for a
Yeah.
long time. We have like 2 different backgrounds.
And I'm a little older than Felicia, so the way I
Yes.
handle things and the way I was raised, my life and things that I've done and seen in life was just a little bit more different than hers. So that was a little thing too, and that's why my ego and my mentality, the way it was, to be
Oh,
so
and that's
dismissive
enough.
to her.
So a lot
Okay,
of some of our differences come in at because of our backgrounds and how we're raised. So with that being said, we have 2 different perspectives, and sometimes we just didn't see eye to eye with our mindsets with certain situations. We both was bullheaded, because I'm the type of person, when I feel a certain way or when I see this thing through, like it's like one-sided. Like that's all I see.
Yeah.
Like Kenny's point, all I see
Again, so once Felicia started feeling her way, she became 20 feet tall. Things started getting shaky around here. I mean, real shaky. Not the communication, it wasn't even there no more. It was like we were just living together. We did we did things, we did the little things, we went out, but I felt like we just was going just to get out. But we started living separately in the same house. And that's where it started to say, all right, things is not really going the way it's supposed to go anymore. So, of course, it's so crazy because I started getting offended by that. How am I getting offended by her reacting off of my selfishness? Let's just be honest, my selfishness. That's the most craziest thing. Think about that. And listen, I'm gonna ride with the ladies on this one, because us men, we crazy. We start getting offended when a woman start treating us a certain way based off of our actions. Like what? That's the most craziest thing ever that I had to sit down and think about. My actions created this 20 feet tall woman to start walking around here feeling like, whatever, Kenny, I don't care no more. It's whatever. I'm doing me.
Did.
I'm going to start focusing on what I need in life, start focusing on whatever the case may be. And here I am getting offended. Like, that's the most crazy thing. I tried to come talk to her. She wasn't trying to hear that. Now it flipped. She would take 2 and 3 days to get back to me. Then I'd be sitting there feeling to myself like, look, here I am sitting there like this. What the hell is going on? She done flipped the whole script on me. I started getting offended. I started getting mad. We never really had no arguments. We just had a lot of disagreements, whatever. But I started getting mad.
I don't like to argue.
Yeah.
But
it was crazy. So now I'm sitting over here like a little punk while she around here a bit, mind you. But she ain't doing nothing though. She just got tired. But I felt that, and I actually saw that too.
I stopped caring.
Yeah, she stopped caring.
It got to a point I stopped caring, and I stopped investing into the marriage, where it was just, we were just like 2 people, like he said, living together, but just not.
We was living together, but we were separate.
But so it's weird because, like, the thing about it is, the marriage seems like it was a little on though it was falling by the wayside. But the thing that kept us together while it was falling on the wayside is the fact that we actually are very good friends. Like, even though like we're husband and wife, but he's really my homeboy. Like, I can't say homegirl, but he's really my homeboy. He's like my best friend, and we really have really good chemistry. And when we step out and go out, we really have a good time. Like, we really enjoy. Well, I know I enjoy your company.
Well, I definitely enjoy myself, because
I said I enjoy your company.
Oh yeah, I enjoy your company too. And I see why she enjoyed my company, because y'all know me, I be from here. You know what I'm saying?
But no, I could do that too.
No, she can't do it better than me, but I ain't trying to hear all that. But yeah, so back to all, look, we won't forget all that, because listen, we got to get back to
So even though the marriage was falling on the wayside because neither one of us wasn't really invested into it after some time. But like I said, what kept us together was the love that we actually had for each other, our chemistry, and us actually being good friends. But when it came to the marriage, we're going to tell y'all how petty and how retarded.
Yeah, this is
like, if anybody gets donkey of the day, it would be
the Breakfast Club. What's that? The Breakfast Club donkey of the day. Yeah,
get the donkey of the day.
Donkeys?
Yeah,
because
go ahead, look, but it was the most
nicest, yeah, peaceful.
divorce
I'm like, seriously?
ever.
Like, why we didn't get it? Because like I said, when she started walking around here feeling like she was done, so now I'm mad. So now I'm like, okay, I want a divorce.
So
But it
that's
was my
not how
fault though.
no,
Like, but it's
that's
my fault
not
though.
that's not how it happened.
How did it happen?
So
Okay.
we got look, I tried to talk to him.
She did try to talk to me.
Like, look,
that's
we-
what
like,
the dismissal
we-
still
look.
was still playing though. Go
I
ahead.
tried to talk to him for another time, you know.
Yep. She did.
And the conversation, it blew up, it
Sure
blew
did.
out,
It
it
blew
blew
out.
away. Okay?
Yeah, it did.
To the point where Kenny was just like, I want a divorce.
Yeah.
Like, he was just so over it. He was so over me. He was just like, I want a divorce.
Yeah, look. Sign those papers, baby.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, a divorce? Oh, you want that type of time?
Yeah, I wanted a divorce because I wanted a divorce because the way she was treating me. Duh, it's my fault though. Look, listen how that sounds. Let me say it again. I got mad. I get hyped. I'm mad, upset, walk around here like, whoa, she ain't talking to me, this and that. Now she doing this, whatever. It was my fault. And did I end up, I want a divorce. So it was my fault the way she was acting. I get mad and want a divorce.
And guess what? I made him stand 10 toes down on that divorce.
Yeah,
like,
she
you
did.
not going to sit here and tell me you want a divorce and not stand 10 toes down on that.
Yeah, and
Because
hold on. But listen though, I was talking crap too, like I want a divorce, thinking,
he was talking mad
yeah,
big
thinking
Willie.
she was gonna be like, oh no, baby, no divorce. She was like this, made me more madder. Oh, you want a divorce? I was like, yeah, look how small. Look, I want a divorce. And she's like, oh, you want a divorce? So now we, that's that back and forth. You know what I'm saying? We're not really thinking on each other. We both just going back and
Look,
forth.
so look, the moment he told me he wanted a divorce,
Yes.
I was like, oh, you want a divorce? Look, I got on the internet.
Yep, she did.
I went on, I forget the website, but I drawed up the papers. I
Yep.
printed out, paid for whatever I had to pay for. I
Yep.
printed out within the next day or
The
two.
next day or two.
And
Yeah.
I came to him and was like, because of course I had to be Big Willie. Like, you're not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and be big body with me, and then I'm gonna sit here and be like a little sucker with you.
Yeah.
But in the inside, like, that's not what I really wanted to do. But my little ego wasn't gonna let him win. Like,
sure
absolutely not. So no, we've drawn up the papers. So I actually presented to him. I said, but the thing about it is, when I print the papers out to him, I went, I try to be like, are you sure this is what you really want to do?
I really didn't want it, but since she print the papers out, look, let me tell you how funny it is. Listen to the voice though. She came to me. She came to me, right? She said, because I was shocked that she actually printed the papers out. Because, at some point, I was talking all like, yeah, I want a divorce, but on the inside, I was like, no, I don't. But yeah, whatever. So I was like, yeah, so she actually printed the papers out. So when I saw those papers, she gonna say, here go the papers for divorce. Do you still want the divorce? The base had to come back. I was like, yeah. Because she don't print the papers out. So now I gotta act tough. And in the beginning though, I was like this. Do you want a divorce? Yeah. Yes, I still want the divorce. Because she didn't print the papers out, so I still gotta act big with it. I'm going through with something that I really don't want to go through. But like I said, that ego, boy, that ego.
So he pissed me off because I thought he would be like, nah, it ain't really that big of a deal. Because that's how we would come back to each other, like, nah, we're not going to do that because it ain't even that big of a deal. But he was talking like, yeah, he wanted divorce.
Yeah.
So I was pissed off and I was low-key hurt. But I was like, you know what? So I took it a step further, y'all. I called the notary people. I had the notary people come to the house. I said, we really doing this? And then I'm going to have the notary people come here and we're going to sign these papers. But the thing about it was when, so this is how much love I got for this man. That in the divorce, as much as I could have got me some alimony, since he grew 12 feet tall, okay? I could have got me 24 feet tall of alimony, okay?
Yeah.
I could have. And I could have really, you know, like I said, we built some things together. So I could have really got him if I really wanted to. But I loved him so much that I didn't really want that battle with him. I didn't want that. Like, I didn't want us to go through that.
Yeah,
like what he got. Yeah, like what he got.
Out of it was just my dog.
Yeah, what he got, that's his. What I got is mine. What we got together, I wasn't sure exactly what we was going to do with that, but all we wanted was our dogs. I want my dog.
And I wanted my dog. But let me tell you how crazy signing these papers was, though. Crazy when the notary people actually came here. 2 people.
I feel like they thought they probably didn't even.
They was sitting there looking like, do y'all really want a divorce? Because we was all nice. Let me tell you, right? Now they here for the notary, right? So they came, and for notary people to come without having a pen was kind of crazy. Like, they had nothing to write with. So as they, read over everything and told us, blah blah blah, what's going on.
No,
did they have a pen?
Yeah, they did have a pen because I took some of those. Yeah, they did have a pen.
No, because I was asking you to get me a pen. So how did that? I was being nice.
Oh no, so they gave me a pen, but not you.
Yeah, so now mind you, I thought she would still be ignorant to me. I asked her, I ain't got no pen. She was so nice. Now mind you, I'm sure anybody else who was going through a divorce, if your husband or wife asks for a pen, something small as that asks for a pen, you're probably looking at them like, get your own damn pen. I was like, Felicia, I need a pen. She's like, oh, here you go. It was like, is this what we really want to do? And she started looking at me as I'm signing.
Before they came, because I did ask Kenny again.
We could cancel it, yeah.
I said, okay, so are you sure this is what you really want to do?
Yes, and I was like,
and he was talking Big Willie like, this is what I want to
do. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Because I was acting big tough. You mad because I got you mad, and it's my fault. So in my head, I'm looking at it like, you mad, which I really didn't. I at that time I really didn't know what you was mad about. Then I had to step back and think what it was. It was all my fault that you was actually mad.
Yeah, but that
definitely came a little later. But still, at that time I was like, yeah, I want them. They was on their way. Let's get them here because I'm signing those papers. But like I said, we got there. They came. We still took our time, right, to sign the papers.
Yeah, and they went through it, and they was just like, so
they was kind of confused.
They were like, okay, so you just want your dog, and he just signed for his dog.
That's it.
That's what y'all want, like,
That was it, and that's how the divorce went. It was like the most peaceful. It was like the easiest. It was so peaceful. No bickering, no fight. Even afterwards, I go in the kitchen. You want something to drink? Like what type? We just signed divorce papers. I'm going in the kitchen getting something to drink, asking you, do you want something to drink? Like, and she, can you get me that apple cranberry?
But wait, hold on. Like, so let's actually,
seriously?
So there's actually one more part to the story.
Okay, what?
Because Kenny still was talking, being Big Willie when he brought these boxes from home.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, hold on. I'm going to tell you that one. Hold on. So after that, right, we signed the papers or whatever. They said, I don't know how long we get the copies or whatever. They gave us copies here?
Oh no, we just had to take them
to the courthouse. So we had to take them to the courthouse and do all that, whatever the case may be. So after that, I'm still acting Big Willie. I started bringing boxes home. What? Because I'm out of this joint. Listen, I'm walking around the house. You used to see how I was bringing them boxes in the house. I had them joints strapped on my shoulder. I'm walking in the house with the boxes. And guess what? I was acting so Big Willie, I was putting them down in the living room. But I was only really putting them down in the living room so she can really see that, wait, this is serious. So I can probably get her to say, no, Kenny, don't leave. It wasn't working, though.
I was like, look.
It wasn't working.
I had the attitude, like, if you want to go, don't let the doorknob hit you.
Yeah.
Type of time.
So at that point, I felt like, all right, so I just got to box up my stuff. And guess what? Berks County, here I come. Because I was out this joint. But I was only acting tough. Because like I said, how we get a divorce, I bring my boxes home. Of course, I packed up, got everything I needed. But I left like a month or two afterwards. About that, like a month.
Yeah,
or two.
And then he wanted to come back, y'all. Hold
on.
Berks County.
Hold on. I moved
to Berks County.
That's right. I moved. I left.
Come back.
No. But hold on. Before I even want to come back, we still was doing things together though. So here we are, divorced. I done moved to Berks County, right, which I was only about 30 minutes away. I done moved away, got my own spot. She's living here, which I low key missed the house because you move from a house. But my place was nice though. You gotta admit, I had a nice little spot.
I can't even front as much as I would hate
Listen,
to give him
I have my
his
nice
credit.
little spot now.
Yeah, I would say he decked out his little spot.
Listen.
It
I had a
was
nice
cute.
little spot.
It was cute.
Yeah, I had a nice little spot. I mean, she came over looking like, oh, look, came over there. We're divorced, but spending time together. What? Like what?
Look,
Calling me up?
y'all, he wanted to make me dinner. Well, I don't know what type of pots and pans he thought he was going to make me dinner with.
I only had one pot and one pan. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, this divorce was the most crazy. It was basically a bunch of BS and a lot of waste of time.
Very impulsive.
Yeah, it was a waste of
very
time.
impulsive and just very like.
If I just would have
both
got
of us just like I said, both of us giving up, just not caring.
Yeah.
But then we both were in our egos and being very impulsive and like not letting the other one being like. It's like
vibing off each other's vibe, but on a negative
way.
Yeah.
Like, so if Kenny was being Big Willie, look, I was on that type of time. If I was being Big Willie, Kenny was on that type of time, and that did nothing but brought us
a bunch of nonsense, basically.
Bunch of waste of time, and just a waste of time because honestly, even though he was living in Berks County, like he said,
Berks County.
He was still here cutting his grass.
Yeah, listen. How we look. We're divorced. We're talking. What you doing? Nothing. Can you come over Saturday and cut the grass? Like, wait a minute. Hold on. We divorced. You cut the grass. I try to act Big Willie sometimes. She's like, can you cut the grass? No. You cut the grass. I hang up the phone on her because I gotta act Big Willie. I'm in Berks County. Look, I gotta act Big Willie now. Listen, y'all see how I'm sitting? I had to act Big Willie. Then I call her back. Well, what day you want me to come over and cut the grass? Like I said, that's why I said this divorce was the most craziest thing. But like I said, it would never even got here if I just would have took my head out my behind and just, been a little bit more focused and not let my ego take over. So that's why I said when it comes down to taking accountability, I take all the blame 100%. I don't let her take nothing. Because even though
I be trying to say like my tone, I be trying to take accountability for little things like my tone because I was never down talking Kenny. I'm not disrespectful because I don't believe in, talking down your man or anything like that. Like I'm very encouraging, but I'm a very blunt person and my tone, the way it comes out, the delivery sometimes just be a little off. It can be a little
crazy. Yeah.
It could be a little off where it'd be like, whoa. Like I need to take a step back.
Calm down. It's like pipe down. You're doing this a little bit too much, but that's easy to handle. But like I say, so I'll say that to say at the end of the day, I just had to step back, take accountability, see what my wrongs was, work on what I needed to work on, which was myself and my ego, and just push all that negativity stuff away within my own self, and realize like, when you're married, you're not just married to yourself. You're actually married to your wife. There's two people playing in this game. And I just lost sight of that. And I take 100% accountability for all the nonsense that done happened with you and I. Me moving out to Berks County. And you keeping this house but you kept the house. I was like, listen. Here, the crazy thing is, I was like, I was acting tough. Yeah, I'm moving. She want to sell that house.
Not this one. Not this one.
I come by, the house look all nice. I'm like, man.
No, look, I started redecorating.
Yeah, she decorated redecorated the whole house. I'm just like, damn, forget me. Yeah, I moved out, so it's like, forget me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was the most craziest divorce ever. Like I said, we was divorced, but still, it was like we was divorced, but still married. How that makes sense?
Yeah, it's just like crazy. The love. Like I just, I really, like I said, I really didn't want to be divorced. Like I really didn't want to sign the papers. Like I just, kind of wish that, I didn't act off of him and being so impulsive and handle it differently because I kind of was a little out of character. But at the same sense, I didn't care either. So it was like weird. Like I didn't want to do it, but I didn't care either. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes sense. I mean,
yeah, it's like I didn't want to, I didn't mean for, to make him stand 10 toes because usually sometimes, is we don't argue. We have disagreements. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm the type of person, like, I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with you. I'd rather come to a solution and we talk about it. And sometimes, you know, I'm not going to say our whole marriage was not, it wasn't so
It wasn't bad,
argumentative or, you know, a lot of arguing. Because like I said, I don't like doing that. And what you
I
want to do,
definitely like arguing. I'm not with all that. Like, I feel like we together, we have a good life. You know, she's a good person, I'm a good person. We can come together and kill this thing. But
it's like, I feel like, you know, like, dang, maybe that could have been the one time I could have just, like, you know, just talked to him and just be like, we're better. Like, we're
talking
better
to me though. You can't talk to a person.
Well, yeah, I guess obviously, huh?
You're trying to, like, you know, explain, but it's like, that's a part of me taking accountability. You can't sit up here. I'm not gonna let you sit up here and take none of that. Like, oh yeah, you know, I could have talked to him. Yeah, you actually tried. I kind of was just so dismissive of that. So how? I mean, you tried. Yeah. So you can't sit up here and take accountability for that. You did. I mean, you did try, but that's all you can do is try. You can't try with somebody who's kind of like whatever. But like I said, when I was saying whatever, I had so many nights to think about that over in Berks County by myself. I had some lonely nights over in that, where I lived in, like a little duplex or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? I have my own. But I had a lot of lonely nights, so I had a lot of time to think and really sit back and say to myself, wait a minute. Am I really hurting her? Am I really dismissive? Like, sometimes you gotta back up a little bit. Don't just be let that ego. I mean, sometimes we can come down and be a little bit. Look, you ain't gonna be soft if you just be a little bit emotional and listen to your woman. Just back up a little bit. When I was over in that wherever I lived, that duplex or apartment, whatever you want to call it, I had a lot of lonely nights and a lot of time to think. I was like, wait a minute. There's two people in that marriage, not just me. You got to get away from that ego. Wait a minute. Y'all see how I'm sitting here thinking? Like, whoa.
So, like, what did you do in going? Like, how did you? What was that like? How did you step into?
So I did a lot of. It's crazy. Like, I just like I'm a big podcast person. I like listening to podcasts. I'm like on that mindset wave. So I listened to a lot of podcasts. I started reading a little bit more. I started looking at other. YouTube is a big thing too. I started looking at a lot of different subjects on taking accountability as men, not so much as women, and just starting to see, like, okay, because sometimes us men, we look at like we soft if we take accountability or we, you know, step into our emotions. But the biggest thing I did was I actually, something that a lot of men probably won't do. It wasn't therapy. It was more of a program. It was called Boys to Men. It was actually in Delaware. I don't think it's really still going, but that was the biggest thing that I actually did. Because I was serious about taking accountability. I wasn't just going to sit back and say, oh, I learned my lesson. No, I wanted a little bit more. So I actually went to this program called Accountability. I did my research though. You know, I Googled looking for things like men take accountability. I was typing anything in Google search. I was just typing anything. I was on Instagram looking at stuff, Facebook looking at stuff, because I was serious. Because I really wanted to step into that man. I'm already a man, but I just wanted to be a man and take accountability, because you ain't no man until you start taking accountability for your actions. I don't give a crap what it is. Even if the woman leave you, get a divorce, and she don't come back, but at least take accountability for your actions, because sometimes your actions might just push the woman away that she don't come back. But hey, you need to take that accountability. So I started looking around, and that's when I came and saw that the Boys to Men. It was free, and it was in Delaware, so I actually signed up. Went there. It was a couple of weekends, like every Saturday, just a couple of weekends that you go, and it was intense. The actual guy that ran it, he actually went through some things in his marriage, and him and his wife are still together, and, you know, they worked some things out. And there was another guy there that was actually doing some talking, but you could not go there unless you were serious. I'm talking about serious, because those guys was in your face. It was about 20 guys that actually was there, and at the end of it, it was 4 of us. 4 people at the end of it, and I stayed. It was 4, because I was serious about that, like taking accountability. Like, I was like,
wanted his woman back.
Listen, yeah, I wanted my woman back, so I was taking accountability. But yeah, she was still playing tough. But this was something I did on my own. It wasn't nothing that she suggested. It wasn't nothing nobody suggested. It was something that I wanted to do for myself. Because even if we didn't get back together or get married again, I still was going to go through it anyway. So just in case, you know, something would happen, I would be prepared. Yeah, I just wanted to be better within my own self. So that program was intense. I'm talking about those guys was in your face. You ain't this. First of all, you had to give your story first. You had to give your story why you here. Stand up. Just like stand up. It's
like
all guys.
AA meeting.
Like an AA meeting.
Right?
You stand. Yeah, something like that. You stand up. You give your story, where you're from, who your name. What's your name, where you're from. What's your story? Mine was just like, hi, my name is Kenny, and I was an a-hole. What you do? I was dismissive. I wasn't taking accountability. I wasn't listening to my wife. I just pushed her away. I just made her feel less of. You had to break it all down to these men, a room full of men. It was some in there, stories in there that was a little bit more extreme than mine, but I was sitting back like, damn. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at mine like, wait a minute, I couldn't just talk to my wife. I kind of let my ego take over, because some guys was coming in with some stories. I was like, ooh. But we all got to know each other and stuff like that. But it was very intense, and the guy just basically talked to you, and they just kind of like reprogram your mind the way it needs to be as a man, talking to you, putting you do journaling, just being honest with yourself instead of saying, oh, I think, no, I was. That switching up your words. Like when I went there, I was like, I said some things like, yeah, I think I was an a-hole. No, you was an a-hole. I'm just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like they switch up your words. Like, no, it's not. I think, maybe. Those words, you couldn't even say it. So they put you through a lot of things. Like, start making you write down your pros and cons about being, not pros and cons about being married, but, just your pros about being married. They didn't want to put too much cons in, just your pros about being married, your pros about being a stand-up man. It was like very, very inspiring, but also very, very refreshing to hear that, the other men to just actually let our guards down and just talk among each other just to get our mind right for the woman you want. Some guys was actually divorced, wasn't going back, but they just wanted to be a better person. But that's something that I actually took, I ran with, and I continue that, and I still continue that to this day. I still like listen to podcasts, because like I say, I'm not like, that ego is gone. That ego is gone. I'm totally different. That ego is out of here. But I still like to just, journal, talk about my feelings. I don't hold nothing in no more. If I got something wrong, I go straight to her. I don't hold it in. Walk around the house. Listen, you got to be a little emotional, guys. You ain't gonna feel like no punk because you're emotional to your woman, especially when you got something right here in front of you that's willing to listen to you, take care of you. Is that a safe spot for you?
The space is created.
Yeah,
the safe space is created.
Y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta listen to me. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Might step into who you are. If you find yourself, you better get ready to find yourself, especially if you're a little older. Like, don't be scared. Don't be scared to tap into your emotions for your wife, your woman, your girl, whatever you want to call your wife, your spouse, whatever you want to call it. Do not be scared to do that. I ain't scared. At first I was, before I went through all that. You know what I mean? So, because there's a lot of benefits.
Especially if you're not used to being that type of person, like expressing yourself and just like, being, so that sometimes a lot of guys is not like that, being expressive. But if you have a woman that creates that space for you to be vulnerable, to be your authentic self,
just to be who you are,
and just to love you just for who you are, not what your status is, but just you as your essence. Like,
why not?
You, of course, you like how can you fail as a man?
But when some men, but sometimes guys, you just fall off that boat and be focused about other things, and maybe some things ain't as important to you as it's important to your woman. But you gotta step back and find yourself and step into who you are. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. Look, you might gotta cry, especially if that's a safe spot for you. Let me tell you something. When I was up in that program, I cried. I was crying. It was some dark nights. They make you cry. I mean, it was just, I wish I could just create something like that, a program like that of
you
men.
You can. If you want to.
Create a program like that, because like I said, some of us men, we grow up, some of us, it's a lot of trauma. Some of us men grow up with that we probably don't know. That's a whole nother issue.
You're told to be a man.
Yeah, you're told to be a man. Be tough and all that. Sometimes,
but you need some protection for your mental space.
Yeah, you can still be that, but you still can be a little, whatever. Especially when you're dealing with a woman. Like, come on, or your wife or whatever. Come on, like you can be that way. But yeah, that'd be a good thing though. You know, it was a very, very eye-opening program that I'm so happy that I actually took advantage of, because it definitely gives you a different perspective. And actually on the other side, it was women on the other side, young ladies or women, whatever everyone calls. And actually the woman who actually did that program, she actually did come and talk for like 15-20 minutes, just trying to break down some perspectives from a woman's point of view about it. So that was actually good to hear too about.
And I remember women, because he actually called me and actually told me about it.
Yeah, I was actually excited. I was very excited because it's definitely an eye-opening thing to actually hear, you know, other men, and we all just come together and realize, because like I said, we all scold each other. We didn't talk down on each other, but we all was, you know, making sure we actually was taking
gave tough love.
Yeah, it was, you talking about tough love.
Tough love with a perspective attached to it.
That's right. It was definitely tough love, and that's how I was able to, you know, second time around. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. Hold on.
That easy, because he had to put in.
Yeah, I had to put in work though. So now it was ain't no more words. Don't talk about it. Y'all know that saying? Don't talk about it. Be about it. So I actually had to start showing up, you know what I mean? But, you know, she's starting to see.
Showing up and showing out.
Yeah, she's starting to see it. And it wasn't no game, because I still do it to today. So it wasn't like, you know, listen. Yep, I'm very consistent. I listen to her. You know, I don't care, you know, about how I'm feeling, what I think. She coming to me or something. Oh, I'm there. I'm listening to her. You know, I ask her, you know, how you feeling today? You know what I mean? What's going on with you? Do you have anything you need to talk about? Because I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Because, you know, I get up every morning and go to work. This one, she don't. She be asleep.
I do. So that's the thing.
Yeah, she get up in the morning, but
only sleep for a half hour, y'all. Like,
I guess that's what happens when you work for yourself. But yeah, whatever.
He get up at 5:30. I get up at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so I definitely do everything that I wasn't doing before. I'm no longer dismissive. I listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Anything you got going on that you might just need 5 or 10 minutes of my time, I stop what I'm doing. I'm there to listen. Just as vice versa. I'm there. So we sit down and we had to compromise, and we fixed all that. Basically, we didn't fix all that. I fixed all that. Basically, you help out. You know, you do, but it was my fault for all it. So it's kind of like, you know, you was already there. I just had to come in and put the icing on the top. You know
so I just kind of had to, you know, reverse my little ego and reverse some things. And you know, my tone, of course, and just think before I speak, without offending him and making him feel a certain way.
Yeah, because she was up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely came back. So hold on. It wasn't that easy to come back, because look, guess what? It still took some time before I came back though. Because I was trying to come back, because I was like, yo, I'm proving myself, I'm better. Alicia was like, no. But hold on.
I was
but guess what? As I started to prove myself, and as she started to see me, I'm not gonna say prove myself, but she started to see me. Because some, you know, I like to say see me. She started to see that, because like I said, she still see it till today. But she started to see like, wow, like, okay, you know, your feelings start, you know, okay, he's really doing the damn thing. He's doing the do. Not saying that it's like like you're kind of like praising me for doing it, because at the end of the day, all men, you should be doing it anyway. Okay, so it's not like
I definitely wasn't giving hand claps for something.
She wasn't. She ain't giving me no. She wasn't clapping hands because I'm
round of applause for something.
Yeah, I should have been doing it anyway, but she definitely.
But I did show my appreciation, and I did show appreciation for that.
Yeah.
So much to the point. Let's talk about it, because you know, I actually really started seeing him, so I'm like, you know, I want my man back.
Yeah, hold on, y'all. Hold on, I gotta go.
I want my man.
Yeah, back. Hold on. She wanted me to come back, right? Guess what?
So, hey, y'all,
ahead, tell a story. You want me to come back, but what happened? Go ahead.
So I asked him to come back.
Okay.
You know,
after a while, it wasn't
after a while, not right away. It was, you know, of course, some time apart. We both took some time apart, and in that time apart, we both grew in different ways or whatever. So, you know, I started seeing him.
Yep.
I'm just like, ooh, he's growth is so attractive. Authenticity is so attractive. So I'm like, you know, I mean, in mind you, I ain't want my divorce to begin with. I didn't want it.
Right.
But he was going to stand 10 toes down because
Yep.
you ain't going to be sitting here asking for stuff and not fall through.
Exactly.
But either way, that's neither here or there. I wanted my man back.
She want to be back, y'all. Listen.
And I asked him to come back home, y'all. He said no.
Now,
He said no. I was so heartbroken.
But I didn't say no because I didn't want to come back. I just wanted to, for myself. Because when I come back, I wasn't leaving. You think I was going to leave? I wasn't leaving. So my no wasn't no, I don't want to come back. I just wanted to reassure myself.
It to me.
Yeah, I was like, nah, because, I just want to make sure that I'm really going to come back and be this way. Because I know I was, and I know I'm good, but I just wanted to say, just not let me just come back. I just wanted to prove myself a little bit more. But for myself, I was like, nah, I ain't coming back because I just want to make sure when I come back that I'm actually going to stay back. I wasn't going to come back and, fall. I just want to make sure, like, damn, is this who I'm really am? And am I really, I was talking to, look, I talked to myself. Fellas, look, ain't that wrong with talking to yourself and questioning yourself? Is there nothing wrong with that? And I was like, hell yeah. Look, hell yeah. But I still waited,
And he also wanted to make sure, because you also told me that you wanted to make sure that I'm not asking out of impulsive decisions.
Yeah, I just didn't want her, yeah.
So,
make sure she was actually okay too.
Because the divorce was so impulsive. Like, so he was just making sure that, like, this is what I really wanted to do. Like, if he's investing into me, he also want to make sure that I'm going to invest into him.
Yeah. And but the crazy thing is, though, right? This is the crazy thing about the divorce, right? Even if we say I didn't come back, right, and we wasn't talking, whatever case may be, we got so many assets together. At some point, we had to talk. Because it's like, yo, bing bing, them emails like, such and such drop. It's like, hold on.
So what he's saying is, it dropped to me, which meant he had to contact me.
Yes.
And then I would have to give a transfer, write a check, whatever.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're well in doubt, things happen, in the stock market and stuff like that. You get certain things come. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, because at some point, but before I came back though, at some point we didn't talk for a little bit of time, maybe like a month. It was like a month. We probably didn't talk so much.
It was like 2 months.
About 2 months, we probably didn't talk for that long. So at that point,
but okay. So we went cold turkey. I would say like a month and a half. We went cold turkey.
Cold turkey for like a month and a half. Yeah. But still, we got so much together that
we would have had to talk anyway. Because that's just the point.
We just had to talk.
Want to leave it at there, right?
Yeah, we had to talk anyway. But so I eventually, I did come back. Maybe like when she wanted me to come back, I still didn't come back to like another 2-3 months.
Yeah, it took like 2-3 months.
I wasn't out here like second guessing myself. I just wanted things to be right with us. Like I was like, yo, I come back.
He just wanted to make sure he was going to be a consistent, thriving man.
And I was telling her, listen, like we gonna do this. Like when we come back, we ain't playing no games. I was setting them. Look, I wasn't setting the rules, but I was setting that foundation. Like, yo, like
he wasn't playing with me.
Yeah,
either.
Listen, I wasn't playing with y'all. Like I was saying,
he wasn't playing with himself. He wasn't playing with himself, and he wasn't playing with me.
Definitely, no outside influences with us. It was like nothing. It was like, yo, we coming back. We're gonna do this. We looked at all the pros we have together. We really didn't. That's the crazy. We really didn't have no cons. We just
not too many cons.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
To be honest, like I said in the beginning, like even though we're married, we are also like best friends. Like best friends. Like we have very great chemistry. We have such a good time. So like I'm very easy to get along with. He's very easy to get along with.
Yes.
He's a little nitpicker. But
we'll talk about that some other times. We got some funny stuff for y'all. It's crazy. Yeah, but
he get on my nerves with that little dumb stuff. But other than that, for the most part, like we're like really good friends. Like on top of us being married, we're partners. We're best friends. We're
all above. We're all above. We're everything. We're all best partners, friends.
Best friends, because you're not my best friend.
No, I ain't her best friend. She always want to be her best friend. Okay, I'm your best friend. She always want to be her best friend.
I be really trying to talk to him like he the homegirl.
Yeah, she be trying to talk. Look, hold on. She be trying to talk to me like I'm the homegirl. I was like, hold on. She be talking to me. Yo, hold on, yo. She be catching me off guard sometimes. I come
I'm
downstairs
like,
to do something. I be like, hold on, don't do that.
Like he like, look,
Don't do that.
look, and that's when he stopped becoming my best friend when I be doing the most.
Yeah, I ain't her best friend when she started doing that.
I did the most.
Yeah. So all in all, you know, we're back. It's our second time around, and we just want to show people, and well, first of all, ourselves starts with us, but we also just want to, just encourage people also too that, sometimes, if you might not get.
Sometimes you need the break.
Yeah, sometimes you might need a break. Sometimes you might need to go.
I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah, don't advise it.
Yeah, I would
it.
definitely not advise it.
If you can work through it, you might got to go to counseling. Guys, you might want to, do some research and do your own thing, or whatever the case may be. Do that, because like I said, sometimes.
And I mean, for the
things,
ladies, I would say for the ladies, it's very important for them to, really love themselves, like really step into who you are. I think I think that's for both parties though, because I feel like when you step into who you are and you build that love for yourself, you become confident and authentic, where you're able to pour in each other's cup equally.
Yeah. Definitely.
So
yeah.
I think that goes for both, not men. Not just the ladies.
Yeah,
but
it
for men
definitely
too.
goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, though, and you definitely can make it work the second time if you get there. But if the first time around y'all get the bickering, whatever, y'all better try to do something about it. I'm trying to tell you, sometimes it ain't worth it, especially when you get back together. Especially if you get too much time and money and effort into BS for no reason, because we definitely did. But now we back together, second time around, stronger than ever, thriving. Everything is going perfect. We're back at it. We're just going this way.
Perfect for what we like to call perfect.
Exactly.
Because he's still good on my nerves,
and she gets on my nerves.
So
we just wanted to give y'all our story, and stay tuned because we got so much more. Our little table talks. Because this is gonna be our little table talks. We're gonna give y'all. We got so much more to give y'all. Some of her little nitpicking that she definitely does.
Pet peeves.
Our pet peeves. What else we got going on?
Lessons learned.
What else?
We got to talk about business.
Yeah, we got some things about
business
and mindset. Some things that we learned along the way and together, separately and together. So that's what we got for y'all. And let y'all know, stay focused. If you're married, stay focused. Make sure y'all foundation is strong. Keep them people out y'all business. Stay private. Stay private. Let me repeat. Stay private. Hold on. Again, stay private.
Yeah, stay private, y'all.
Keep doing y'all thing. Y'all married. Don't worry about it. Ain't nothing wrong crying. You got that safe spot. Ain't nothing wrong crying. Just go ahead and get it. Look, wake up in one morning and say, honey, I just don't feel right today. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Stop being so tough.
I mean, well, just not really a crybaby.
Not a crybaby, but come on.
Because, it's different for everyone, but for me,
Yeah.
Like, you can cry a little.
Yeah, I cry
when it's like, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but that's our story. Second time around, family. Y'all gonna see so much more of us. Y'all gonna see what it is to be second time around. And we just gonna do our thing. So we do have our Facebook. So y'all can like
our Instagram. And y'all better be subscribed to our YouTube.
Yeah, because that's where all our little videos going to go. And, just
follow
us.
Long extended versions
of our videos in our second time around. So second time around, family, we love y'all. Stay blessed. And trust me, y'all going to see more of Kenny and
Alicia.
And the second time around. It's second time around. It's second time around. It's second time around. Okay, I'm tired. And that's enough. We love y'all and peace out.